Nebraska 1-0 in 5-set match. Washington a bit better, 5-1 in 5-setters. This is Jill Collymore to serve. Big serve. That should help out Washington. Tara Mueller off the block. Haglin now setting up Swarbrick and kept alive a pancake. Nope, it did touch the floor, and that was the first time in a while that the off-speed dump has worked for the Huskies.
When it worked on it was a quick set. You know, quick sets are a little bit different. You can see the pancake attempt, but the ball clearly hits the ground on that. Good job by our officiating crew.
Collymore again, and it's a husband and wife in the back between Jordan Larson and Kayla Banworth. A miscommunication. It's 2-0 Huskies, and you know, in this 5th set, first team to 15, you gotta win by 2. It's gonna go by very quickly. Collymore for the third serve of this 5th set. Bueller, nice dig by Collymore. Sets up Salvo, who had 9 digs in the 4th set. Again, this one off the arm of Kayla Banworth, and it's 3-0 Huskies.
Well, there's no accident that Washington started in this rotation. They've got Salvo starting left front, their hot hitter. Collymore serving, their hot server. Very strategic move by Jim McLaughlin.
And John Cook wants to talk it over with his squad. Come on back, we're in a 5-setter in Seattle. One of these teams just a few points away from becoming the final team to reach the national semifinals. We're on the road to Omaha. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and the 5th-seeded Washington Huskies in a 5-set battle here in Washington. It all leads up to Omaha and a battle for the national title. It's 3-0 Huskies, and really, Kathy, the story of the 4th set and now into the 5th has been Ariel Salvo.
Salvo has just come alive for this team when they really needed her to do that. She has been an extremely smart attacker and doing a great job of using that block, but great players have to step up in big moments, and Salvo has done that for Washington for sure.
All Pac-10 honorable mention. And Jill Collymore with a service error, and you know, when you have that big serve, it's the risk you take when you have a huge jump serve.
But you got to know, when the other team is taking a timeout, and you learn this when you're a 12-year-old volleyball player, the times to not miss a serve, one is when your opponent is taking a timeout.
Kathy, I'm sure it's like you teach your web foot club players back in Eugene.
Absolutely, they all learn it. That doesn't mean they all can do it, but they all learn it.
Jessica Swarbrick, the senior, coming up with a big kill. It's 4-1 Huskies.
And that just bailed Collymore out. So you come back with a big kill, then no harm done. And Swarbrick, this is the play I've been wanting them to run when they were struggling, is to get the ball to Swarbrick behind and let her hammer it home.
Swarbrick on the serve. Back set for Mueller. Nice defense up front by the Huskies. Huskies in system. Salvo again, absolutely unstoppable in the late sets of this match.
One Rollberger, who really came up so big when the team really needed her, the freshman middle blocker, now again not quite there, hands not as strong. Again, she hasn't seen a lot of extended action. She's in a 5th game, and this is a lot to ask for the freshman.
5-1 in this decisive 5th. Lindsay Light, and look at Jenna Haglin and Bianca Rowland putting on the roof on the right side, and that can be a huge continuation of momentum for the Huskies.
Well, it's crazy the way volleyball goes. You know, Washington is doing what they're doing now because they fought so hard in Game 4. They were, remember, midway through this 4th set, this team was not looking good. They were out of sync, out of system, didn't know what they were doing, but they fought to get back into it, raise their level of play, and now they're continuing to play at a high level.
That was Jordan Wilberger, who the team has sung her praises as she's had to step in for Corey Cooper, the injured All Big 12 middle blocker. He said she was a little quiet, coming up with a big point there as Mueller, her serve skims the net, but Washington able to keep it alive. Set for Lindsay Light, the 6'5 lefty. Salvo off the block. Bianca Rowland, did she touch the net? Yes, she did, and the point will go to Nebraska.
And that's just a freshman mistake there. No need for Rowland to go up and play that ball. It's going to be a point for Washington. It's a tough ball. Didn't need to go and do that. Again, freshmen, middle blockers, we see both of them now, you know, have an opportunity to make plays, and can they do it?
It doesn't get much bigger than this. We're in the 5th set of the regional final, and the Huskies are up 7-3 off a service error by Tara Mueller. It hasn't been pretty for Nebraska tonight. That's part of the reason why they find themselves in a 5th set. Most errors this season, 34 for the Cornhuskers, and there's another one from Lindsay Light. Make it 35.
And we've seen each team at times really pressing, trying to do too much. Washington happened in sets 3 and 4. Now it's Nebraska's turn, taking some unnecessary risks.
This is what it's all about, a 5-setter here to see who will move on to Omaha. Stay with us. Back in the Heck Ed. We don't want to miss a minute of action. We're in a 5th set here between the 4th seed and the 5th seed. Lindsay Light tries for the kill. Nice up by Becky Perry. Back set for Kendra Carlson, who's been quiet in the last set. Jordan Larson off the top of the block. She hit the top of the net. And Washington up 9-3. It's the first one to 15. Got to win by 2. And now we're going to have a timeout on the floor. 5th set, all Huskies. You don't want to miss a second. We'll be back right after this. We're back in Seattle. Huskies head coach Jim McLaughlin has his team poised for a 5th set victory. We'll see how it shakes here in the West region. Of course, McLaughlin is looking to take his team to the national semifinals for the 4th.
Picked to finish 5th in the Pac-10 by the Pac-10 coaches, so not a lot of faith that this team would be here, but Jim McLaughlin is an amazing, amazing coach.
Jordan Larson with an incredible kill up on the left side, and now the Huskers trying to cut into this deficit but trail by 5.
Well, they need to do it now. I mean, they can't wait. They can't let the Huskies get to 10 or 11 or 12 before they make their push. They've got to close this gap now.
Kayla Banworth, the libero, on the serve. And it's a net violation, and the Huskies give away another point.
And Becky Perry just not very disciplined with her platform. Ball served right to her, and Jim McLaughlin.
9-5 is the score in the decisive 5th set. Kayla Banworth, the libero for Nebraska, set to serve for the Cornhuskers, trail by 4. This is Carlson off the block, and it lands in. That's Amanda Gates, the senior, and Lindsay Light, the sophomore, on the block.
Well, that's 3 straight points for Nebraska, and that's what they had to do. They had to get back into this match. Now they've done it by a block, a kill, and an ace. Served by Bannock, received by Perry. They set up Carlson again. Nice up by Larson. She goes for the kill. Pancake by Perry, a scramble, and Washington sees it go on. Yashiro is trying to get over there and take some of her area, but right now, if they can keep serving Perry, that's been the recipe for success.
A 4-0 run by the Huskers in this 5th set. That's Haglund from the back. Jordan Larson off the block. That's what she did so well in the 3rd and 4th sets, so we're seeing it here again in the 5th. And how quickly that lead has evaporated for the Huskies. Nebraska, exactly what they needed to do. They got back into it. Homegrown players, it's very impressive to see the way volleyball is all across the country. We're in a 5th set and decisive set in the regional final. Jordan Larson, easy pickings, and off of Becky Perry in the back left corner. Well, it took Jim McLaughlin a long time to get Becky Perry out of this game. Finally, Jill Collmore is going to come in for her, but he needed to do that a couple of points ago. Perry is really struggling with the serve receive. The sophomore is just right now not rising to that challenge to see if Collmore can do a better job. We're tied in the 5th set. Banworth to serve again. Carlson. Nice up by Banworth. Gets it back to Collmore. Salvo on the block. Yep, they're going to say it touched Ariel Salvo. We're going to have to take a look at it on the replay. Nebraska gets a point. They take the lead in this 5th set, 10-9. 7 straight points. That is almost unheard of to have that many in a row. Nebraska showing their toughness in the 5th set. Banworth is serving and leading it here. We see Jordan Larson. Nice roof there by Washington. Larson again, this one out of bounds, and Washington will get the serve back and try to make a run of their own. Well, it's just amazing. Volleyball is a crazy,
crazy game. And Nebraska just
all
of a sudden, clearly off the block there.
Off the block there.
Unbelievable that at this level a team can reel off 8-9 straight points.
This is the toughness of Nebraska. John Cook said it. He said it might not be his most talented, but the chemistry says it all. Carlson again, this time blocked, and the defense for Nebraska getting it done in this fifth set. They are 3 points away from going to the semifinals.
I'm not sure I've ever seen
9 points.
Anything like this. 9 consecutive points. Washington has no answer for what Nebraska's bringing to him.
Banworth again on the serve. Oh, man, and how much did Washington need that aerial salvo, who had 9 kills in the fourth set, coming up big finally in the fifth.
Yeah, but, too late. I mean, where was that play 5 or 6 plays ago when they were just throwing it outside every single time? They finally moved a player around and got an opening.
Salvo now on the serve. A little joust at the net. Jordan Larson and teams trading at the net, but now Washington will set something up. Jill Collymore, and it was off the Nebraska player, and it's 12-11. Coach, this match has lived up to the billing. It's been spectacular throughout.
Well, going into this, we really felt like this was going to be a very close match. Obviously, the set one made us think maybe not, but a lot of resiliency by both of these teams coming back when the odds were stacked against them.
Washington back set for Carlson. It's off of Sydney Anderson, kept alive by Tara Mueller. Nice heads-up play. Here's Washington now again on the attack. Carlson, it's a block by Jordan Larson, and we know big players will come up when you need them most. That was Larson right there.
Well, the crowd doesn't like it, but a double contact is legal on the first ball. It slipped through Anderson's hands, went off her head. That is a completely legal double contact on the first ball.
Rachel Schwartz now serving for Nebraska. They're 2 points away from heading home to Omaha and a chance at the national title. Jordan Larson, that hit off the block, kept alive by Salva. They set it up. Collymore off the block. Nice up by Salva. Back set for Gates. It's out of bounds, wide down the right side, and a nail-biter in this fifth set. You can't ask for much more.
Well, you can. Again, Nebraska put on that incredible run to get back into this. The question is, can they finish?
Only one 5-set match for them this entire season, but of course a 5th-set match in the regular season, a 5th-set match in the regional final. 2 different animals. That's Tamari Miyashiro on the serve. Jordan Larson, and runs into the roof of Jessica Swarbrick and Kendra Carlson. It's 13-13. We're tied up in this final set.
Well, that ball was set a little bit tight and a little bit low. Nowhere for Larson to go, but right into the hands of Jenna Haglund.
Miyashiro to serve again. Nebraska setting up for their go-to. Larson off the top of the block. Haglund able to keep it alive. Set up for Collymore. Off the block and keeps it up to Carlson. It's out of bounds, and Nebraska is 1 point away from taking this regional final and heading to Omaha. And it's all now on the serve of Jordan Larson. This could be appropriate. 2-time All-American. One of the best that Nebraska has ever seen serving in the 5th set. And it's a service ace. And Nebraska has done it. They were down 2-0. They put together 3 in a row to win this match. They take out the number 5th seed Washington, and the Cornhuskers are going back home. It's the Quest Center in Omaha, Nebraska, the site of the national semifinals. Book it. Nebraska will be there.
John Cook said before this match, if we make it back to Omaha, it will be the biggest story in Nebraska volleyball history. The odds were stacked against them. They were rebuilding. They lost 4 All-Americans. And this team found a way to pull together. They might not be the most talented, but this team is resilient, showed a lot of toughness, and played together.